The Incredible Hulk is the sequel to the 2003 film Hulk. It follows Dr. Bruce Banner, who is now currently on the run from the U.S. government, led by General Ross and his team of dangerous special forces soldiers. And it's pretty much what the movie entails. And this is a movie that seems to have been forgotten in the vast sea of Marvel movie slash TV shows that have come over the past few years. But I watched this the other day, and this movie has held up pretty well over the years. In fact, I believe it might be one of the MCU's best movies that they've made, and I believe it is certainly the best movie and the best depiction of the character that I've seen personally. Um, Visually, I very much prefer this look of Hulk compared to the others. The monster looks very intimidating, and there are certain parts in this movie where he looks downright scary. You can feel the Hulk's power and can hear how dangerous he is with his battle roar. It was very noticeable. The roar was one of my favorite features about him. It is something that has been lost in the later depictions. I just don't feel the character just doesn't have as much of a presence as he used to or as he did in this film. And he's also really jacked, and the details on like his body is very well done. You know, from the veins, the facial expressions, the muscle tone. It's it all kind of illustrates the constant state of rage that he is in. Um, and also, you know, the Hulk, he's more than just a brute. You know, he shows intelligence in combat. Throughout the movie too. You know, the guy uses his environment to his advantage. He, from like using breaking up police cars and using the two parts of the cars as brass knuckles, or ripping up debris and kind of using it as shields against firepower or any type of explosive that the military is using on him. It's I just thought it was a he showed some creativity in the battles, and I thought it was just a nice touch. You know, it was a real nice touch. The performances all around, I thought, were well done. The chemistry between Edward Norton and Liv Tyler was great, and I very much enjoyed watching them. You know, I kind of wish both could have stayed in the MCU. Perhaps, could have made the future Hulk films a little better. I understand there was some issues with with the actors and being unable to stay, but that's it is what it is, I suppose. But I wish they could have stayed because I enjoyed these two the best, even more than Eric Bana and the other young lady I'm spacing at the moment. Um, though they did pretty good too in the original film, Hulk 2003. But I just enjoyed these. I enjoyed their chemistry a little more in this movie personally. That's just me. Um, let's see, in the performances, and the other supporting actors are good as well. The antagonist of the film, played by William Hurt, General Ross, which is actually Betty Ross's father, Liv Tyler's character, who is hell bent on hunting down Bruce and studying the mutation that makes him turn into the Hulk. He guy's a bit of a dick, so but the actor does a very good job, and the great Tim Roth is as great as always in his role as Polanski, a special forces soldier, kind of a badass. The guy is called upon to hunt down the Hulk, and he is someone who is just really cares about glory in battle, and he just wants to be able to take out the Hulk and be as strong as the Hulk. Doesn't really have any other motivations than that, and he portrays him, especially after they start experimenting stuff on him to make him a kind of a stronger match for the Hulk. He does a great job illustrating that as well. He is the physical threat to the Hulk, and ultimately it ends with a pretty badass fight at the end of the movie, and it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. But negatives. I gotta say, I'll be honest. I'll be right up front. I'm a little biased. The Incredible Hulk is my favorite Marvel superhero out of the whole franchise. So I can be a little biased, but I really didn't see a whole lot of negatives in this movie personally. It's I suppose some people might have an issue with I suppose I've heard like people say maybe the jokes don't land so much or it's not so funny. I feel like the jokes work. This isn't like one of your run of the mill new Marvel movies where they like tell a joke every like 2 seconds, man. And that can get really old really fast, because trust me, I understand they're trying to make this like for kids and everything, which is cool. It's cool, but it's just, a joke every 2 seconds, you lose like the punch of the joke if you just keep doing nothing but jokes and jokes and jokes. And you effectively make your characters look like jokes. All right? And it's just not what I prefer. And that's just my opinion. And I just feel like the quality of writing has dropped significantly in the MCU in recent years. And so I've been going back and watching these older movies, and I gotta tell you, man, like the Incredible Hulk's way better than I've seen anything I've seen lately from Marvel. And in fact, I don't know if it's gotten the respect it deserves. But I have seen, with She-Hulk coming out, that more people are kind of gravitating back towards like this movie and older movies, which I'm happy to hear. But the conclusion, this is a fun. It's just basically a fun movie. It's a fun movie. It's action packed. There's a lot of Hulk action, which is why it's my favorite. The previous Hulk, criticism for that, there wasn't really enough action. This has a lot more action. He's fighting the military. He's fighting the tanks. He has a physical threat. Abomination's who he fights, and it shows his struggle, and it has drama too because it shows the struggle that he has trying to control this beast inside, which is basically all his trauma and his anger, pretty much manifesting itself into a Hulk, into a Hulk, and that's what it's supposed to symbolize. And I've always really kind of, it's always really fascinated me, and it's one of the reasons why he's my favorite character. And the movie does a great job kind of showing that. Edward Norton does a great job. He's a great actor. A lot of people don't like him, I understand, but the guy's good at what he does, and he depicts him very well. So if you want to see some old school action, fun, drama, superhero flick, with a nice love interest that I love the Bruce and Betty stuff, man. I don't like the Black Widow kind of romance that they had going on. I might be in the minority there, but I much prefer the Bruce and Betty storyline. But it was well done. This is a fun, action packed movie with some drama. It's just a cool movie. There's some feel good moments in it. It's a good simple movie, good superhero movie, just a good simple superhero movie that we do not get so much anymore. And I just don't want people to forget about these movies. So that's gonna be it. I will catch you guys on the next one, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.